Hello, I am Big Cheds. Today is Monday, January 24th, 2022. This is episode 11 in the 50-part series, basically the free version of my book. My book is Trading Wisdom, 50 Lessons Every Trader Should Know. When the book first came out, there was just like a ton of demand for an audible version. And at that time, I didn't have one. So I started doing these videos. Also, some people couldn't buy the book, based on where in the world they were. There's certain restrictions, country restrictions, stuff like that. So I figured, this would be a way to get that content out and give people a chance to check out the book if they couldn't buy it, they couldn't afford it. Or if they just wanted to hear my voice, they wanted to hear me speaking and talking about the book. So I've been doing them. This is lesson 11. It's fun. I get to explore, kind of expand on what's going on in the book. When I first started doing these, I would do like 3 takes and try to get it right. But at this point, I'm just doing 1 take. You're going to hear kind of straight from the heart. And hopefully it works. Hopefully it helps. So I'll remind you folks, I'll get this out of the way real quick. You can find me on Twitter. I'm at Big Cheds, of course. You probably already know that. The book is available. Let's see if I can remove that image. The book is available on Amazon, Kindle, hardcover, paperback, and audiobook. I now have the Audible version. It's been doing really well. The reviews in the book are great. So it's resonated. The support I've received is unbelievable. So thank you. I want to remind you, I published a book before this, My Battles with Cancer. I am a cancer survivor. I want to give you this book for free. If you know someone, if you're going through cancer, or you have a loved one or a friend who's going through cancer, just find a way to get in touch with me, and I'll just email you this book. I'm not trying to sell it to you. I want to get it to you for free. And just beyond that, definitely check out my YouTube channel. And really, if you're just getting started, your best place to go is the tutorials. I do these, these full kind of masterclass webinar style tutorials. So check out those as well. And lastly, if you're really serious about learning how to trade, check out Bitcoin Live. I am a founding analyst. We have a wonderful team, as you can see. It's the best in class educational platform for crypto. So I would definitely encourage you to check that out. Let's get this right up here on the screen. That looks okay. We'll get that image back. So last time, as you can see in the upper left-hand corner, last time we did lesson 10, emotional mindfulness. This time we're doing lesson 11, be ready to buy the fear. And the timing is really interesting with what's going on in the market, both in crypto and legacy markets today. So it'll be interesting. And then next time, really important, define your risk. So that will be 3 or 4 weeks from now. I will do that chapter. So let's get this started. Lesson 11, be ready to buy the fear. As always, I start the chapter out. Everyone wants a pullback. I start out the chapter with a quote. Everyone wants a pullback until it actually comes. This is an extremely critical lesson because it affects so many of us. When the price is moving up quickly and enthusiasm is extremely high, all we want is a pullback so we can add some more shares with confidence. Then, once the price breaks support and starts to go lower, we start to panic and we're not sure if we want to buy anymore. Not only that, but we are now thinking about selling and we are mad that we did not take profit at the top. So, and I ask, how can we end this cycle of reactive trading? So everybody wants a pullback until it actually comes. And it's true. If you're in something and right now you probably have to think back in your mind a couple months to kind of what it was like, the climate, the environment, kind of the risk on environment over the last couple months. Everyone wants a pullback till it actually comes. So some of these things that were so strong, these altcoins that have been incredibly strong, you probably said to yourself, man, I wish I'd bought, lower. I wish I'd bought back then. I wish I bought back then because it's going up and it's rising and you have FOMO and you think it's just going to continue forever. But then the price drops and it gets back to that level where you say you wish you had bought. And now you're like, what do I do? It's true. Everyone wants a pullback until it actually comes because when it's rising, we think it will just keep on rising. But I've talked about this in all my lessons, in many of the lessons. Your job as a trader is to find an uptrend and buy a dip in that uptrend, right? So you want to be ready for these dips. You want to be ready to buy the fear. You want to have your levels in the chart marked out that would be good risk reward, major support levels, stuff like that. Check out the tutorial, for more. I'm not going to, this won't be too much of a TA lesson. This is more of a psychology lesson. So I ask, how can we end this cycle of reactive trading? When the market is in free fall mode and it feels like everyone is giving up left and right, feels like that right now, right? That is usually a great time to add some exposure. This is a favorable environment as you want to be following the general rule of buying the blood and selling the greed, right? You want to buy the blood and sell the greed. And it's abstract. It doesn't mean you buy every dip. It doesn't mean you buy every downtrend or really any downtrend. What it means is you have the plays that have been over the long period of time strong, and you want to buy the dips in those plays. You want to buy the dips in the strongest charts, and you want to buy the blood in the strongest charts at major support, major weekly support, major moving averages, MA 200, that kind of thing. Quote, one of the hardest things to do is train yourself to buy weakness rather than selling into it. And it's so hard, there's a big pump and you buy the top of the candle, and then boom, and it comes back down and then you sell. And then all of a sudden the other guy, your buddy who was waiting, he knew that he wanted to buy that pullback. He wanted to buy that higher low. So all of a sudden he bought when you sold. Now he's in profit. It's so hard, right? One of the hardest things to do is train yourself to buy weakness rather than selling into it. And this took me so many years to kind of really, really understand this. So you want to be buying weakness in an overall strong chart, right? Rather than selling the weakness in a strong chart, right? What you should be doing is selling the strength. You want to sell after a big move. You're taking profit after an incredibly strong move, especially when, the price is approaching a key resistance level. I discussed this in lesson 9. That was, we're doing 11 here, right? If you go back just 2 videos, I talked about profit taking. So I talked about that. So as I say in the book, through your technical analysis studies, you know that it is a great strategy to buy dips in uptrends. That is the voice in the back of your mind that keeps you calm, knowing that you are buying weakness in a strong chart, right? That's it. With Bitcoin, it's really tough right now. We're in free fall mode, but if you kind of step back, if you liked it at 65K, you got to love it here in the low 30s. For example, it's still a really strong chart. This is a climate where you'd be looking to kind of scale back in and add some long exposure after such a big washout. In the book, I say, quote, buy when no one else wants it and sell when everyone else wants it. And that has to do a little bit with kind of counter trading and social media. I think I talk about that a little bit in the social media lesson, Dangers of Social Media, and understanding kind of counter trading, kind of understanding the sentiment of the market, right? You want to buy when no one else wants it and sell when everyone else wants it, right? Everyone wanted Bitcoin in November because they were promised, right, that it was going to go to 100K, but prudent people saw the warning signs. They took profit. We've discussed that. You can see that in all my TA videos. In the book, it's important to avoid the cycle of buying the top and selling the bottom. If you find yourself constantly chasing tickers that are moving and then easily giving up after some consolidation, then you are going to watch your bankroll evaporate, right? Evaporate. You need to factor in the psychology of the market before deciding what to do with your trade. Most often, when people are giving up and sentiment is low, the price reflects a value. And if you scoop in, you are likely grabbing a distressed asset at lower than fair value. Does that seem like that's what's going on right now? We could go lower in Bitcoin. That's fine. But right, when people are giving up left and right, that's what you want to be thinking about. Like when you see that, you're thinking, all right, I want to start to pay attention here. I want to start to look for that higher low. I want to start to pay attention for a reversal. I want to keep an eye on major support levels and maybe scale into my position. We talk about this. Have I done that yet? Scale in and scale out. I haven't quite done that lesson yet. That will scale in, scale out. That's lesson 28. So we'll get into that later. But that's a time when you start to scale and you start to break up your position and kind of get a little bit of exposure, and you can add more if your idea is confirmed, right? Always keep some extra cash just in case a big price drop happens on one of your favorite plays, and buy that dip with confidence, right? So this is a really tough market right now. It's a triple black diamond, right? Kind of market. But if you know the strongest charts that have held up over time, those are the ones you want to focus on, and you want to have those levels marked out. Those big price drops, like I said, back to major horizontal support or major moving average support. Always keep extra cash just in case a big price drop happens in one of your favorite plays, and buy that dip with confidence. And I end the chapter, as always, with a quote. I am sensing some fear in the market. That means you should have cash ready in case we get any kind of flash dip. So it's a little bit of a moving target. When do you exactly buy and when do you actually sell? I mean, that has a lot to do with classical charting, and there's different videos for that. But you want to keep in mind sentiment, and you want to keep in mind the idea that panic brings opportunity, and that you obviously should stay calm under pressure. Maybe go watch lesson 3 right now. The video for lesson 3 if you're freaking out. But you got to be ready to buy the fear, especially buy the fear in an established uptrend, right? So that's kind of the lesson. That's lesson 11, right? Trading wisdom, 50 lessons every trader should know. I will have another lesson in a few weeks. This is the free version. This is the free version of the book. And basically when the book came out, there was just a ton of demand for an audible version. I didn't have one. So I started to do these video versions of each lesson. I'll eventually have the whole book for free, all right? If you can't afford it, for whatever reason, I've got your back. You can't buy it, I've got your back. Check out these lessons here on YouTube. And definitely, if you want to really learn some TA, definitely check out the tutorials. Start with the last video. If you're really serious about learning how to trade, you definitely want to check out Bitcoin Live. I'm a founding analyst. I've been doing twice a week long-form market updates for well over 3 years. It's really incredible team. You sign up, you get access to everyone's content, right? Not just mine. So definitely consider checking that out. I'm on Twitter, of course, at Big Cheds. Academic observations about the price, trading psychology. The book is available on Amazon, Kindle, audiobook, hardcover, and paperback format. The response has been unbelievable. I'm touched. Honestly, I'm touched, and I'm just thankful. I appreciate all the support from each and every one of you. Someone's trying to call me. I'll have to grab that in a minute. So anyway, thank you for watching. Thank you for watching this video, and we'll talk again soon. All right? Big Cheds out.